back, and today you guys seem to like the series. We're keeping it rolling. The most probable upsets on NFL Championship Weekend. We have two conference championship games. The first of which, Eagles, Commanders, Eagles hosting. They're the 2 seed, and they're expected to beat the Commanders with a 4.5 point spread in their favor at home. The other game is the Buffalo Bills on the road, tasked with handling the Kansas City Chiefs. We've seen them fall time and time again. Is it time for them to have a bit of a different painted picture? Now, my official prediction video is already out. Go make sure you smash the like and subscribe button on that. Also, please subscribe so you don't miss out on the great football content we have on the channel. Keep the support up. Now, the official prediction, this is how we do, right? We're starting off. There's only 2 games that I got to rank, and I'm ranking the least probable upset and the most probable upset. Honestly, I think we could have an upset on our hands on both of these games. But coming in at number 2, and by default, you know what the most probable upset is. The number 2 game that I think the most probable upset, so the least probable, I guess, is the Commanders pulling off the upset on the road at Philly. I know it's contrary to common opinion, right? You might be thinking to yourself, the Bills continuously lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. Why would I think that the Bills can handle the Chiefs? Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. First, Commanders, Eagles. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not writing the Commanders off. I think the Commanders actually... I'm not betting on the Eagles to cover 4.5. I wouldn't even bet on the Eagles to cover 3 points. I am scared that the Eagles will lose this game. Jalen Hurts has a banged up knee. Saquon Barkley has a banged up wrist. If Quinyon Mitchell is out this game, then the Commanders, I think, will straight up win. Because the Eagles secondary, if Rodgers plays as their cornerback, I think the Eagles are going to get torched by Jaden Daniels. Now, the Eagles and Commanders played twice this season. The first time, this game was in Philadelphia, similar matchup, and the Eagles won by 8 points. And Saquon Barkley, he's done some good things in both of these matchups. Saquon Barkley, the Eagles' offense has had 200-plus rushing yards each of the 2 matchups against the Commanders, and the Commanders are the 3rd or 4th worst rushing defense in the league in the regular season, averaging 140 rushing yards given up per game. We know the game script. The Eagles are going to hand it off to Saquon Barkley and expect him to do big things. I think that the Eagles will be able to control the game script. They have the home field advantage. Now, it's hard because there's only 2 games. I know I said the least probable upset. I think there's upset potential here, man. The Commanders went on the road twice. So when we say home field advantage, the Commanders went to Tampa Bay, tough place to play, and won 23-20 in a very close game. So Jaden Daniels showed no effect that playing in a close game could necessarily hinder him. He'd get scared, etc. Then they went on the road and had an even better victory over the 1 seed. Everybody was thinking it would be Bills, Chiefs, and Eagles, Lions. That was the consensus championship weekend. But no, instead, we have an upset. The Commanders dropped 45 on the Lions' head, and the Commanders' offense is firing at the right time. Now, the second time these 2 teams played, it was interesting because Jalen Hurts was injured. Hey, he wasn't looking good. He was only 1 for 4. Then he got injured, and Kenny Pickett came in. And it was a high-scoring game in Washington. Commanders won 36-33, and really the Eagles lost that game. But Jaden Daniels played a hell of a game that day. So while we say the Commanders split, let's not forget they beat Kenny Pickett. But on the same hand, Jalen Hurts with a banged up knee, and the way Jalen Hurts has looked passing the football, I honestly might start taking Kenny Pickett. You might have to get me one of those AJ Brown Inspire Excellence books because get Jalen Hurts one while you're at it, man. Because Jalen Hurts, he has not been able to elevate this Eagles passing attack. He is basically Michael Thomas become a quarterback. Short 5-yard completions is the name of the game, unless your name is Dallas Goedert, in which he runs a 7-yard, little in route, or maybe even a curl, and then gets another 12 yards after contact. That's about the deepest throws we're seeing from Jalen Hurts. Now, yes, A.J. Brown dropped that 30, 40-yard touchdown potential pass against the Los Angeles Rams. That could have been a big play. Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts threw in a double coverage, but it was a hell of a deep ball. Devontae Smith got a lot rocked and dropped it. So Jalen Hurts did show the potential. Now, of course, that was before that knee injury. So I'm a bit concerned about the health of the Philadelphia Eagles for sure, but I still think they'll hold it together with the run game, and Saquon Barkley is going to elevate them to a Super Bowl. So that's why I have that ranked second. Now, ranked first, the most probable upset. I straight out think the Bills are going to win this game. I don't think so. Right now, the Chiefs are favored by 1.5 points, and this spread is very close. The fact is that Pat Mahomes has outplayed Josh Allen every single time they faced. 3 playoff losses, brutal playoff losses too, especially the last 2. First 2, the last loss, they actually took the loss in Buffalo by 3 points. But Josh Allen is now MVP caliber. Yes, Mahomes is. But Mahomes hasn't necessarily been MVP caliber this year. Remember, he hasn't, this team hasn't taken a step back. This team's taken a step up. The Chiefs are winning football games. That's now their culture. Mahomes hasn't necessarily had the weapons. Worthy developed late. Marquise Brown was injured. Kelsey's kind of been a bit of a downgrade this season. Now, you can't fault Mahomes for not having a 5,000 passing yard season like we're used to seeing. But you sure as hell can, bolster up Josh Allen for putting the Bills on his back. In terms of rushing game, I think the rushing game is going to be a key indicator as to who might win this big game between the Bills and Chiefs. Josh Allen, he trucks defenders. Now, yes, what Mahomes did is very impressive, especially in that stretch where they had 3 games in 11 days. He showed off he can still be a rushing quarterback even with a broken ankle. That's great. But what Josh Allen does and the Bills' effectiveness in the red zone, it's just otherworldly. The Bills' main game plan, they gotta try stopping Travis Kelsey. Dude is a 100-plus yard machine in the playoffs. And, can he keep that? If Travis Kelsey keeps that continuing, then the Bills might be in for a long day. In fact, if the Bills go down at any point by 10, even if they go down by 2 possessions, I think all hope might be lost. I think the Bills' main way to win this game is keeping it 1 possession, keeping it close, and really just using the ground game, using Josh Allen's legs. James Cook's been having a hell of a playoff as well. Even Ty Johnson and Ray Davis, man. The Bills have been controlling games on offense, and if they can keep that up in Arrowhead, in Kansas City, super tough place to play, going to be a hostile environment. As long as Josh Allen doesn't turn into Sam Darnold, he doesn't see ghosts out there on the field, which I wouldn't blame him. He might have PTSD. That's what Vegas is betting on, man. The Chiefs are a winning team. I mean, honestly, besides the rushing aspect, the Chiefs might be better in every single aspect of the ball. Better receiving core, I'd probably go with Kansas City, even though they're young, they're speed threats. You bring in Travis Kelsey and what he's been doing in the playoffs. I lean Kansas City. You go to defense, the Chiefs just had 8 sacks last game, so I know the Bills defense has been playing a lot better ever since giving up 44 points and 42 points to the Lions and Rams, in the early December. But I still have PTSD to that, so I think that this is going to be a very interesting matchup. But I think if the Bills lose another time against Pat Mahomes, then Bills Mafia, what are you going to do? That's why I can't bring myself. I'm a respectable guy, and I can't fathom the Bills losing again, Josh Allen losing again to Pat Mahomes, or we might have Carson Wentz 2.0 syndrome on our hands. Smash the like and subscribe button, boys. Those are the most probable upsets of the conference championship weekend. Peace out. Thanks for watching.